Have you ever wondered why, despite your talent, devotion to God, and desire to help others, you still face financial struggles? Why do those chosen by God, handpicked for His divine purposes, often endure seasons of lack, while others seem to prosper effortlessly? Is it punishment? Or could there be a deeper divine purpose behind it all? Financial struggles can be a mystery, especially when your heart is in the right place. But I want to tell you something. There's a reason for it, and it's more profound than you realize. God doesn't waste your pain, nor does He let you walk through difficulties without purpose. Often, your financial hardship is part of a divine process to shape, mold, and prepare you for what lies ahead. It may feel like you're in a desert, but this season is more about preparation than deprivation. You see, financial lack isn't always a sign of God's absence. It's often a tool in His sovereign hand. I know this isn't easy to hear, especially when bills are piling up, opportunities seem out of reach, and the world feels like it's forgotten you. But let me remind you, God never uses lack to destroy you. He uses it to develop you. What you're going through might be part of God's divine design, preparing you for the assignment He's crafted for your life. Sometimes God allows seasons of lack to shift your reliance away from material wealth and back onto Him. The world teaches us to chase riches as though money is the ultimate provider. But the truth is, God is your provider. When the Israelites wandered in the wilderness, it wasn't gold or treasures that sustained them, it was manna from heaven. As Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 3 reminds us, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." If you're feeling broke, know this: you're not abandoned. God is using this season to deepen your faith and strip away any false sense of security money may bring. He's teaching you to trust in Him, the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Financial struggles push you to rely not on what's in your wallet, but on what's in His Word. But there's more. God uses financial hardship to test your integrity. He wants to know where your heart truly lies. Are you serving God, or are you serving money? As Matthew chapter 6 verse 24 states, "No one can serve two masters." In these seasons of lack, God strips away pride, greed, and self-reliance to refine your character. He wants to ensure that when blessings come, your motives are pure, your heart is right, and you'll use those blessings to glorify Him, not yourself. Sometimes God delays financial blessings because we're not yet mature enough to handle them. Wealth requires wisdom, and receiving too much too soon can lead to ruin. Look at the prodigal son in Luke chapter 15. He squandered his inheritance because he wasn't ready for it. Similarly, God may withhold financial abundance to teach you humility, responsibility, and wisdom. When you're ready, He'll entrust you with wealth, not just for personal gain, but to advance His kingdom. You may also be facing spiritual warfare. The enemy knows your potential. He's fully aware that if you gain access to resources, you'll use them to bless others, advance God's kingdom, and break generational curses. So he throws up roadblocks, creating resistance to keep you in lack. But hear this, the enemy's attacks are not signs of defeat. They're evidence of your significance in God's plan. Consider David, who tended sheep in the wilderness before becoming king, or Joseph, who endured the pit and the prison before reaching the palace. Their struggles weren't punishments, they were preparations for their purpose. Similarly, your financial hardship is a season of preparation. Romans chapter 5 verses 3 to 4 remind us, "We glory in our sufferings because suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." God is shaping you into someone who can carry out His divine assignments with strength and resilience. Financial struggles also protect you from the dangers of wealth. Proverbs chapter 16 verse 18 warns, "Pride goes before destruction." God knows the temptations riches can bring, how they can lead to greed, pride, and a false sense of self-sufficiency. In His mercy, He may withhold abundance until your spirit is strong enough to resist these traps. Being broke may feel like punishment, but it's often protection. God's safeguarding your soul from the snares of materialism. Sometimes God uses lack to redirect your focus. He shifts your attention from earthly pursuits to eternal purposes. Financial hardship has a way of clearing distractions, forcing you to ask, "Lord, what do you want from me?" In these moments, God reveals His purpose for your life, a calling that often transcends material wealth. Seasons of financial lack also teach empathy and compassion. Walking through hardship softens your heart toward others. It allows you to comfort those in need with the same comfort God has given you. Your struggles equip you to be a vessel of generosity, using your blessings to lift others when your breakthrough comes. For some, financial hardship is about breaking generational curses. Poverty may have plagued your family for generations, but God has chosen you to break the cycle. Before you can lead others out, you must overcome it yourself. Through this process, God is equipping you with the wisdom and faith needed to change the trajectory of your family's future. Ultimately, financial struggle refines your faith. It burns away pride, materialism, and dependence on worldly things, leaving behind a pure trust in God. As 1 Peter chapter 1 verses 6 to 7 says, "Trials prove the genuineness of your faith, which is more valuable than gold." This season may also be about God's timing. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 11 tells us, "He has made everything beautiful in its time." Sometimes, financial blessings are delayed not because God is withholding them, but because He's aligning circumstances for your good. Trust His timing. It's always perfect. If you're facing financial hardship today, know that it's not the end of your story. It's part of God's plan to refine you, strengthen your faith, and prepare you for greater things. Trust Him, stay faithful, and remember, your struggles are not in vain. God is building something beautiful in your life, and when the time is right, He will release blessings beyond what you can imagine.